So, day one of the 10-day detox, I just had my breakfast, which was one organic egg with four equivalent organic egg whites. Yeah, that's what it was. And breakfast protein. So, I had sausage. And luckily, my husband had bought sausage. I forgot what I was going to say. My husband bought sausage and it actually was nitrate free. So that actually worked out really, really well. So I actually cooked up 10 days worth and had one this morning with my scrambled eggs, and I'm feeling good. It's weird having breakfast again for the first time. So, day one of the detox meal plan, and I've had my afternoon snack, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really full, so that's kind of different because I feel like I didn't have as much to eat as I actually did. So it's going to be interesting. My lunchtime is scheduled for 1 o'clock, 1:30. Now I have to look at my camera. No, now I have to look at my calendar to figure out when I plan that and put it on there. So we're going to see how that goes and go from there. So lunch was late. I ate lunch 2:30. Yeah, it's 2:45 now. And now I'm really, really full. I'm supposed to have a protein shake snack thing later. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So lunch was a salad. I ran out of time to do actual fresh cooked chicken because I thought I was going to have more time in between meetings, and that didn't work out well. So I ended up using this pre-cooked frozen Tyson chicken, but I checked the ingredients and everything first. So there is literally nothing else in it except frozen chicken and some lemon juice and pepper. So I heated that up and I put that over top of a bed of lettuce and oil and vinegar salad dressing, just a smidge, just a tiny little bit to get it in there. And then I think I maybe ate too fast because now I'm full and it's 2:45 in the afternoon and I still have 2.5 hours of work left, and I feel like I'm really, really full. So I totally skipped my afternoon snack because I was just really, really full and I did not want to eat anything else during the day because I was full. And if there's one thing that I've learned on my own doing this, is that if you're full, don't eat. It means that there's no space left. Why would you eat anything else? So I'm gonna go ahead and just go and do my walk. And oh, there he comes. And we're just gonna go ahead and do regular dinner. Dinner consisted of more chicken, but I actually cooked it myself this time. I had actual chicken breasts that I baked. I was really, really nervous about how I was gonna cook it because normally I do the marinade. But this time what I did was I got a little creative. On my food list, I can have coconut oil. So what I did was I used a little bit of coconut oil, the hard stuff that's all, white and goopy and everything, not the liquid stuff. And I put it on the bottom of the pan and put it in the oven while it was preheating. So while it was preheating, it melted the oil and then I put the chicken on top of it. Then what did I do? I put a little bit of the Montreal chicken seasoning. And the whole reason that I am having to explain this to you is because I don't have pictures because I ate it already. Luckily, there was more than enough there that I had my 6 ounces, and then my husband had a big old piece, and then I have another piece in the fridge for lunch for tomorrow. So that works. So as I'm laying here after work, looking through my phone and making sure that all of my meals were recorded and all that other good stuff, I went over my calories somehow. I don't exactly know how I did it. I'm at like 2,200 calories for the day, which just seems really, really excessive. And like I followed the meal plan to a T, but like I feel it. Like I feel really, really full for some reason. And I'm not really sure why. I'm feeling a little like questionable with it because I feel like what I was doing before was working for me. And now I'm not sure if this is right. And the biggest issue with it is I know I was bad over the weekend. I know I ate bad and I didn't get any exercise in or any of that other fun stuff. So my weight went back up to the 258. I was really hoping that this detox would help it go down, but maybe not. So I guess I'll find out tomorrow morning when I step on the scale for my daily weigh-in during these 10 days to figure out exactly where I'm at. Because 258's not good. So once again, I kind of fail at doing stuff. Ooh. I look very bright right there. And like both red and like fluorescent white at the same time. I totally missed doing any kind of check-in this morning, but I did eat my breakfast. Breakfast consisted of eggs, 1 egg, and 4 egg white equivalents with some spinach, and it called for an omelet, and I'm really not the best at omelets, so I just did it scrambled with spinach all mixed in together, and I think that worked out well. The biggest thing is that I totally forgot to record this morning was stepping on the scale. I went down to 256.4. It was 2 pounds down. A lot of that was getting rid of all the crap that I had over the weekend, so I think that kind of helped with lowering everything. I'm feeling good, so the detox is working, and I guess I just got to figure out about lunch and everything else. So I'm kind of an idiot. When I did my lunch today and I was putting everything in my food diary, I instead of, just pulling it out, I had forgotten and I was lazy, so I just went to yesterday's scan of the barcode of everywhere I go, there's light reflecting off these glasses. I need that anti-reflective crap. Back to my mistake. I looked at the chicken amount that I put in my lunch yesterday, and so I scanned the Tyson chicken thing. And what it actually says is a serving size is 3 ounces. So I had 6 ounces of chicken. So if you see where I'm going with this, I put in 6 3-ounce servings of chicken, which skyrocketed the number of calories that I ate yesterday. I went back and I fixed it, and it dropped back down to around 1,500 calorie range, which is kind of what I was expecting for it. And it makes more sense why my weigh-in went so well this morning. So I've had my lunch. And once again, I've forgotten to eat it. No, I didn't forget to eat it. Whoa, I forgot to take a video of it. But I do have pictures. Oh, there we go. Oh, can you see it? Oh, I'm taking pictures of all my food. This is going really, really well. So anyway, that was lunch. The really cool thing was I checked with my trainer to like let him know that I was feeling really, really full and everything. And he's like, dude, if you need to cut out the snacks, cut out the snacks. If you don't need the food, don't eat the food. Which is really cool. So I feel a little bit better about that. So today I skipped my morning snack. I'm probably gonna skip my afternoon snack depending on how timing goes. Yeah, that'll work. So we'll go check out later what dinner's gonna look, and maybe I'll take you on a walk. Do you wanna go for a walk? Oh, look at that. Yeah, so we'll probably be doing that in a little bit. So now I'm totally seeing a trend about how my day ends. Dinner tonight. So for the first time ever, if you saw it on my Facebook or my Instagram before or my Twitter, I made salmon for the first time, and it was actually pretty good. And I was afraid to broil it because I really couldn't find specific instructions, and my oven has a high or a low broil. So if anybody has any details on broiling salmon, I would love it. Send them my way. I also would want to eventually grill salmon, but that worked out well. So dinner was 6 ounces of salmon, and turns out that there was actually 9 ounces in the package thereabouts. So Willow got an extra special treat with dinner. Some salmon pieces all mixed in together with his food. So I think that works. Oh, I guess the sun is setting now. That was wild. So I mixed that all together. So that was really good.
And I actually enjoyed it. It turned out pretty good. I'm definitely going to be sticking with salmon later. I want to find some better salmon types, probably, as my friend posted on one of them. Why is it white? So yeah, we'll go from there and see how that happens. Yeah, and one other thing. I put a nail through my finger.
Bruh.
That's not part of the diet, but I was putting together a shelf. I was putting back together a shelf, and as I was trying to put it back together, the first frickin' nail that I tried to work with went through my finger. So that was fun. I bled, and I got lightheaded, and I sat down, and of course I was home alone because I was doing it in the afternoon before Ron got home from work, and it started bleeding profusely. So I said, okay, I'm just gonna hold this here, and I counted to 65 times. Actually, I counted to 180, and then I lost count, and so I just counted to 62 more times. So it was 5 minutes, but the bleeding slowed down, so I was able to put some Neosporin on it, and I cleaned it out and everything. So we'll make sure that nothing happens. I guess tomorrow, if I wake up with lockjaw, then it'll help me lose weight because I won't be able to eat anything. Yeah.
Help me.
I really hope that I'm not losing my mind now. Is insanity a symptom of tetanus? I don't know. Okay, what to do with the rest of my evening? I guess we should go take a walk before it gets too dark. All right, so day 3 of the detox meal plan, and my lights suck. Hold on. Kind of prefer not to be blinded. So once again, I forgot to take video at breakfast time. So let's see if day 4 is going to be the day that I do it. And I forgot to show you my weigh-in, but let's see if we can look at it right now. Okay. All right. So there's my feet, and I'm stepping on. And right now it's 255.6. Which is really cool. It's a bit more than this morning when I got on. I was 254.4, but I also had breakfast. I had water. I had coffee. So things are kind of, you weigh yourself first thing in the morning after your movement and get yourself going again. And so I feel good. So that's like another 2 pounds from yesterday, thereabouts. I'm kind of back down to where I was pre-bad weekend. What I'm kind of hoping for is that everything from this point on, if it's, a pound a day, would be fantastic, because that would, get me down. And by the end of the 10-day period, I would be below the 250, which means I can get rid of this little fun thing here. Oh my God, can you see the grays? And it's not even like it's a cool, patch of gray. It's just like, oh no, we're just gonna go ahead and change color all through it. And my hair is so long. And oh yeah, you see my stuffed animals, my stuffed animal wall. I'm so cool. I am the coolest person. So anyway, yeah, so that's that. What am I doing next? Oh yeah, okay. So also yesterday I drank over 120 ounces of water. Woohoo! I got all that in, and I peed all day long, but it was worth it. And last night I drank more water than I did on Tuesday, but I didn't get up 5 times in the middle of the night, 3 times like I did Tuesday night. I only got up once, so that was good. So let's see if we can, either keep it with the 1 or break that streak and cut my water late in the evening, so that way I don't have to get up many times. It actually really didn't interrupt my sleep, which was kind of cool too, but there we go. All right, so it's day 3 lunchtime, and I've actually remembered to show you what I'm having for lunch. So this is my salad. Ain't it cute? So it's normally would be 6 ounces of chicken, but I did 5.6 because that was the closest I could get to the measurement with the scale. It's 2 cups of mixed greens, some broccoli, and I chopped up some green pepper to go along with it. And there's just a slight drizzle of oil and vinegar dressing. Yeah, that's what it's called. And what's really cool is I got this. So apparently all of my tablespoon measuring spoons are gone. What I had to do was figure out exactly how much 1 tablespoon was. So luckily I've got this handy dandy little display here that I picked up at the Minuteman Mini Mall in Culpeper, and it's got the conversion on it. So I was able to do, okay, so 1/4 cup, no, 1/8 cup is equivalent to 2 tablespoons. So I did half of 1/8 of a cup. That should do it. So I just talking is hard. I just dribbled it right over top. Not dribble, dabbled. I drizzled it. I drizzled it right over top of the salad, and it's perfect. Lunchtime. Now you get to see. Ain't it cool? So the walk is happening a little bit late today, and I changed shirts because I didn't want to mess up my nice work shirt, because I have a tendency to get sweaty. With it being a lot later, it's a lot harder to record because the sun is now directly in my eyeballs. A little workout, buddy. Stretching his tiny little feet, getting his way all the way up this hill. Good boy, Mr. Willow. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Mr. Willow, we did it. We're back. We're back. And I don't know if you can see it, we crushed our 6,000 step goal already at 7 o'clock. All right, so we're back from our walk, and we're hot and sweaty, and we're about to make dinner. We're gonna be doing tacos tonight, so I've got this nice grass-fed, grass-finished, is it grass-finished? Well, it's grass-fed anyway. Ground beef that we're gonna be cooking up for dinner. So here is the lovely finished product. One gorgeous taco salad. Unfortunately, the ingredient list called for low sodium or no sodium, but I could only find reduced sodium, so kind of had to make do with what I could find at the grocery store. And one additional thing, if you can see, I had to put just a little bit of salsa on there. It's not taco night without just a little bit of salsa, but it's also only 10 calories for 2 tablespoons, and it's 1 gram of carbs. I think I'm still doing pretty good. And then over here is my husband's dinner. The exact same thing, low sodium, except it's mixed with rice, a crap ton of cheese, and sour cream. I miss my sour cream too. Good morning. It is day 4 of the detox, and I've made breakfast already, but I can't eat it yet because I haven't gone to the bathroom yet. It's sitting there in all its delicious eggy, spinachy, sausagey glory, just taunting me, waiting for me to finally have a movement so I can enjoy it. I've been sucking down coffee and water, trying to get the engine revving, and no such luck yet. Let's see what happens. We're getting our walk in. Let's stop saying so. We are getting our walk in early today because we have plans this evening, and we're gonna head out right after work. So I'm doing a walking lunch, and then I'm actually gonna eat while I work. But this works because that's what you gotta do to fit in what you need to do. Because that's what you gotta do to, I don't know. It's hard to walk and record and think at the same time, apparently. Because that's what you gotta do when you're trying to be healthy. You gotta fit in that exercise any way you can, but also make sure that you get your food in, because it's 90% nutrition. All right, I think I got the thought out. That's helpful. Now all I need to do is have Willow stop being distracted by every frickin' smell on the road. So now we're back from our walk again, and now that we're sitting down outside for a couple of minutes, I figured I'd do a recap. So I forgot to weigh myself again this morning, but here's what I weighed. 252.6. Oh yeah, and I had my movement. That's why I could weigh myself. That was great. Just 2.6 pounds away from getting rid of this atrocity. And then shortly after that, a haircut. I'm also thinking maybe new glasses, because I'm really tired of these with the glare and the fogging and the oiliness. I didn't get any of those special treatments on this pair of glasses, and I have had them for over 2 years, so I think it's time for a change. So now that we're back from our walk, getting that in early, it's about time to go fix lunch. 4306 for our steps so far. We started at about 1,000, so I think that's pretty good. We did about 1.5 miles today so far. And then I'm gonna see if I can make up the difference in the evening. All right, time for lunch. So I'm switching up lunch a little bit today, deviating slightly from the meal plan, not completely, because my trainer said that I could substitute things in and out. So I'm doing something a little bit different. Since I'm having chicken tonight for dinner that I'm bringing with me, what I'm gonna do is use one of the midday snacks as my lunch. So this is what I did. I've got 3 ounces of turkey meat. I have 2 cheese sticks. I have 2 spears of claws and pickles, because I like them. And then 3 ounces of celery, because I feel like I need a little bit more fiber after my issues this morning. So that's what we're doing for lunch. And now that I've got it, I'm gonna go back upstairs and get back to work and finish up my day. Oh yeah, and there's mustard on the plate, in case you missed that. But mustard's, that's a deal breaker. You know, as I sit here eating lunch, I can't help but think about the walk and think about how I've been doing this now for about a month. How at the very beginning, every day, I felt like I was getting a little bit more accomplished. I felt a little bit stronger. So I started pushing myself a little bit more. And then it kind of stopped. Or at least I'm not seeing the gains that I did before. And I think that's what really, when you really stop and think about it, that's what really discourages people. You start to feel really, really good, and then your body readjusts to how you're now operating. It makes it more difficult to want to get out of bed when you're like, well, crap, if I get out of bed now and go for my walk, or if I get up after dinner and go for my walk, I'm gonna feel the same exact way that I felt before. I'm not gonna feel better tomorrow. It's not gonna feel any different this time. And I think that's probably where a lot of people get discouraged. I'd have to do some research, but I feel like a month in is probably the time when a lot of people stop really doing an exercise routine or stop doing a diet. I gotta check on that. I'm not stopping. I am not stopping. I just thought I'd share my little ponderance there for a minute. I'm gonna keep going. Good morning. It's day 5. Day 5. That's what we're on today. So I kind of forgot to post. No, actually, what I forgot to do was record things yesterday afternoon. So let's see if we can make up for it today. I actually have a full day planned. Hopefully you get to see a lot of fun activities that I get to participate in today, which will help keep me active and make this detox worthwhile. Activity 1, cooking eggs. All right, let's see if I can figure out how to do this. I always kind of sucked at scrambled eggs, and it kind of looks like it's just starting to be ready to do this. So this is my 4 egg whites and 1 organic egg all together, trying to scramble it. I really suck at eggs. My dad makes the best scrambled eggs, but he also knows how to load them down with a whole lot of really, really good tasting stuff. I don't know if it's necessarily the most healthy, but it's still really, really good. I'm gonna make do with my lovely little healthy choice eggs over here. And yes, I am wearing my workout shirt from yesterday as my early morning shirt. Don't judge me. And here is the lovely finished product. One delicious, all-American healthy breakfast, scrambled eggs and egg whites, and a sausage with just a little bit of salt and pepper on top of it as I need it. You know, I'm really starting to enjoy this breakfast. It's good. I think I might do a video on breakfast later. Just a whole video just on breakfast, but somehow make it interesting. That'll be a task. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy my breakfast and go ahead and recap yesterday afternoon for you. I went to a friend's house for game night, and he ordered Chinese food for everybody, and I brought my dinner. But peer pressure is tough. They were really pressing me to get Chinese food. So I did not get some unhealthy shit, especially since we were sitting there waiting for so long, and I actually forgot that I had food in the fridge at his house waiting to be eaten. So what I ended up getting was some steamed shrimp with snow peas and water chestnuts, and only reason that I did is because I checked my Chronometer food diary. I had already added in my food for dinner that night, and my total calories for the day were only 900, that was a burp coming out, were only 967 calories, and I was still really, really good with my macro spread. So, you know, very little carb, and then good fat and good protein. I decided to go ahead and have a little bit, and so I had some of the steamed shrimp and some of the snow peas and some of the water chestnuts, but even with all that together, my total calories for the day was only 1,400. Fast forward to this morning. I got up, I made my coffee, why didn't you guys tell me that my hair looked like that? I took care of the morning ritual and went ahead and jumped on the scale. And surprisingly enough, I was at 251.6. So exactly 1 pound lost since yesterday. I think I'm doing well. I think the major part of the detox with most of the clearing out of stuff has happened because I'm down to the 1 pound a day. So at this point, I'm expecting a little bit less movement on the scale, which is fine. Because now I know all the bad crap's out, so everything that I'm working on now
is the good stuff. No, it's not good stuff. Everything that I'm working on now is all of the stuff that's stuck to me that needs to be burned off and converted to fuel instead of new food coming in. That's a good thing. So words that mean things. I'm expecting, anywhere between nothing to a pound per day now. Maybe today might be different because I'll be doing a lot of physical activity. We're going on a road trip. You get to see my parents' porch, at least their porch, because that's where we'll probably be most of the day, because we'll be painting it. That will involve a lot of standing and moving and paint rollering and a lot of other stuff. Yeah. So I'm thinking maybe that physical activity is going to help burn some stuff off as well. We'll find out, but I'm being smart about it as well. I am packing my lunch. I am packing a snack. We plan to be home before dinner time, so I've got dinner prep to go, so we'll be good to go. And today I'm not so necessarily worried about the snack stuff because I'll be doing a lot of physical activity, so if I do get hungry, I've got some snacky things to have that will help out. Number one being my shake. The shake is the easiest thing to kind of do up, and luckily my mom has a NutriBullet. Actually, she's got a NutriBullet and a Ninja. I want a Ninja. Like the Ninja blender, not a Chinese assassin. I think I've been sitting here talking long enough because now I think my breakfast has gotten a little bit cold, so I'm gonna go ahead and dig into this and then check back in later. It didn't get cold. Okay, so I suck at multitasking. It's nighttime now. I'm back home after painting my mom's porch and bench with my husband. I'm exhausted. It was a long day. I was good though. I brought my lunch with me and I brought a snack, and my snack ended up being my lunch. My lunch ended up being my dinner. But when I got home, I also had another little snack. I just had some turkey slices and some string cheese because I felt like I needed to put something else in my system. I, up until about 20 minutes ago, was covered in paint, and I feel like I can't move. So I think it's time for me to say goodnight, go to bed, and see what happens tomorrow. Good morning. It's day 6? Yeah, it's day 6. This morning is rough. I did a lot of physical activity yesterday and then woke up this morning. I slept all the way through the night and didn't have to go to the bathroom, which was a good thing. But I did the first minute I woke up. And then I came downstairs and I cleaned the kitchen and then waited and kind of put some things in order. But I'm feeling wiped today. Last night when we got home, we literally unpacked, had a snack, took a shower, and went to bed. If nothing else, this let me know that all of those times where I kind of thought that I was in shape, kind of thought that I was doing well, this just illustrated the fact that I am not quite there yet. I'm still hauling around an extra 75 plus pounds, and that definitely makes a difference in your day-to-day. And it makes a difference in the big tasks too. Like, should painting a ceiling be that difficult? Should squatting down to do trim work make you lightheaded? These are questions I would like answered. I rocked the steps though. I was over 9,000 yesterday. Funny thing was, I was walking around the same 10 by 20 foot area for all of those steps, back and forth with the paint roller. And on top of all of that work from yesterday, I weighed myself this morning and I was still at 251.6. And see, this is the thing that I think everybody needs to focus on. I did a buttload of work yesterday, was really active. I sweat a whole lot, and honestly, I didn't really eat a whole lot either, which may have been part of the problem, but I lost 0 pounds. But from all of that physical activity, I might also be kind of inflamed, even though I did drink all my water and everything. That might be part of it. I was using muscle groups that I hadn't used in a while. I definitely feel like, even though it was painting, I got a workout in. That's something I'm gonna talk to my trainer about, because I feel like it does feel slightly discouraging. But I have to remember it was for one day, and I had such fantastic results the rest of the week. This morning is literally just over halfway through this 10-day detox meal plan, and I think I may have hit the point where just the changing up of the food isn't going to make the difference. I think it's going to be a matter of long-term physical activity and continuing to eat correctly that's going to show results. I'm still kind of looking forward to tomorrow morning and seeing what happens. Especially if I'm not going to be crazy active today. I would like to know that Saturday was good for something. Yeah. I do think I got a little sun though, can you tell? So once I finally get up the gumption, I'm gonna go ahead and make breakfast. I might wait until the coffee kicks in first. Yeah. It's day 7. Weekends are hard. I don't know if it's just the shadow or if my neck just looks really, really fat. So I went to bed a little late and then I woke up kind of early. I'm only a quarter of the way through my first cup of coffee. I wanted to say things, but my brain hasn't started functioning yet. Words that mean things.
Weekends are really hard.
I thought it would be easier to remember to record stuff, but I feel like I'm spending the whole weekend doing stuff, and then I forget that I have a phone, and my battery dies really, really quickly too. Somehow it's easier to remember to record quick little thoughts when I'm sitting doing work, because it's something to distract me. Something else I forgot to do was take my vitamins all weekend. I think that could explain my weird energy levels. I feel like that would make a lot of sense. So right now I'm like everything measurement wise, just drinking my coffee, nowhere near close to breakfast yet. I'm interested to see how the weekend played out in any of these changes. This is what I looked like before. And here's what I look like now. I look like a 12-year-old. Chubby 12-year-old. It's funny, sometimes I forget what day I'm on until I open my egg carton and see how many I've used and how many I have left. And now I know I'm on day 7. So we just finished our walk. It was a little bit short today because it is in the 90s out and Willow has a fur coat and I'm still fat. So we decided that it was going to be worth our while to take it a little bit slower and do it in pieces. And we're going to try and go out again this evening when it cools down a little bit more. Hopefully it'll be a little bit more comfortable. Yeah, so I reached my milestone and made it under 250 pounds, which is awesome. So I shaved the beard. And you know what? As I'm looking at it, I don't necessarily mind my hair being longer, even though it's kind of a mess right now, because it kind of looks cool and a lot better without all this extra stubble. I apparently nicked myself while I was shaving. That's fun. But the other thing you can see is just how red my face gets just by touching it, just by shaving it. All of these little red bits just come from small bits of contact. Yeah, that's also fun. So anyway, I made my goal, at least my first goal, but that's important because, like I said before, celebrate the little victories. And I'm definitely celebrating. One of the best things about today is tonight is the dinner with carbs and dessert. I'm both looking forward to it and dreading it completely. I don't want to overeat. I almost fell over. That would have been fun too. No, that's the wrong word. I don't want to overeat. I don't want to binge. I don't want to get myself in a bad place with that. The only thing is that I can see just how much extra fat I still have under my neck. It's not quite a turkey waddle. And I do remember, because I've seen it in the pictures of my jawline when I was younger. It wasn't the strongest jawline, but it was pretty decent. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe I can get back to that eventually. 75 pounds might just solve that. So anyway, I did my walk, I had my lunch. I'm not gonna record dinner this evening because I'm gonna sit back and enjoy myself. Even though I totally forgot to record a bunch of stuff over the weekend, I'm gonna go ahead and take that as a sign that I need to be doing a little bit for me. So I'm gonna sit back, enjoy myself, have a nice dinner with a decent carb amount and a little dessert, and enjoy myself and see what tomorrow brings. I'm really hoping that the dessert doesn't screw up the scale because I don't want to step backwards from this. Although I can't exactly grow a beard overnight to irritate myself again. But yeah, that's gonna be my evening. Stay tuned for more. Good morning. It's day 8 and I'm having coffee in the parlor this morning.
And also, apparently, I traveled through time at 77 miles per hour in my sleep last night. I've weighed myself this morning to 48.8, so the dessert with dinner last night did not send me in reverse. It kept me moving forward. As a matter of fact, with today being day 8 and yesterday being day 7, that marks a complete 7 days, 1 week doing this detox diet. And in that span of time, I have literally lost 10 pounds. Now, this diet's not sustainable. I'm just putting that out there. This is not for long-term use. This is to get you going so that way you can actually start adding in the stuff that you like later on, probably under the advice of a personal trainer or nutritionist or a medical professional. And so you want to take everything that I say here with a grain of salt. This is just some random dude on the internet just revealing to you his journey. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make breakfast and get started with my day, and we're gonna see where it goes from there. After kind of a rocky weekend, I'm definitely feeling a lot more positive today. Lunchtime. I ate it already. I was hungry. This is what's currently left of my lunch. But I am on my second bottle of water. I'm keeping an eye on the temperature too, because it's also really, really hot outside today. Currently, it's 88 degrees here, and I'm not gonna do my midday walk. I'm gonna have to fit it in the evening, or figure out some other way to get those steps in. These really warm days are gonna make it really difficult. Once again, it's the evening. I had a semi-busy day at work. And then from filming my YouTube series in the morning and then editing it and now doing this video, I don't have any time left. So to finish off my day, I basically stayed in front of the computer from 5 o'clock until 10, now 10:30. So I've already failed at going to bed before 10, but my YouTube video is currently exporting. That should finish up in a couple of minutes. I had dinner. Ron cooked dinner tonight. He did kielbasa, sausage, and peppers and onions, and I just put that over a bed of lettuce with a little oil and vinegar dressing, and it was pretty good, and it was satisfying, and I really wasn't feeling all that hungry to begin with, so I think that kind of helped finish out the day. The other thing I didn't do was go outside and get my steps. Only gonna finish off the day with about 2,800 steps today, but I'm gonna see if I can try and make up the difference tomorrow. I'll need another 3,200, so I'll need 9,200 tomorrow to make up for today. Depending on how hot it is and when I can go do my walk, that might work. Oh, one thing I did do was Ron decided he wanted something a little fruity for dessert. So I said, ooh, let me see if I can make you like an ice creamy concoction in the NutriBullet. So I used milk and sugar and frozen strawberries and ice and just blended it all together. And it actually turned out really good. It was a little bit more like smoothie consistency than it was necessarily ice cream. I think you're supposed to put it in the freezer to freeze up after you do that. And you know, because I made it, I had to try it. So I had 1 spoonful and then I had one little quick taste on the straw. It was actually pretty good. And now that I've done that, I kind of want to experiment and use one of the sugar substitutes with it and maybe almond milk instead of regular milk. That might actually be a decent healthy alternative to ice cream. I'm gonna have to do some nutrition calculations to decide whether that's going to be worth it or not. But that's kind of cool to have as an option, especially in the summertime with it being so hot. Right now, I could make myself some NutriBullet fake ice cream. Or I could just blend some strawberries. That would probably be better. Anyway, with it being so late, I'm waiting for my video to finish. I'm gonna schedule it to publish, and now I'm gonna go to bed because I've already failed. Tune in tomorrow. Good morning. It's day 9, and it's really, really hot. I'm pretty sure I sweat all night long, and my hair can validate that. I'm up, having some coffee, and also apparently greeting the sunrise. What do you want, Mr. Willow? Somebody thinks I still have food, but there's the plate. It's gone, Mr. Willow. No more breakfast. All the breakfast is gone. I've eaten it all. And you had a couple pieces too. Yes, you did. Now I'm just sitting at my desk in my oversized shirt. It's a Wednesday. Wednesdays are also hard. Weekends are hard, but Wednesdays are hard in their own way. I think part of it is this heat wave. Didn't really get a whole lot of good sleep last night. The temperature sucked. So I'm sitting here in the dark with fans blowing. Ooh, I should take my vitamins.
All right, so since I totally did not do any of my steps yesterday, no, I did not do any of my steps. Since I didn't go out for my walk and get my total step count in for the day, today I'm gonna try and make up the difference. I was at about 2,800 steps yesterday, so I need another 3,200 steps today on top of the 6,000 that I'm normally supposed to do, and I'm gonna be doing it in 90-degree weather. I think my hat is appropriate for the situation. We're gonna do a morning walk and an evening walk. You ready, Mr. Willow? Ready to go for the walks? Here we go. Why do you always stop? Okay, so quick recap. I finished working. I actually laid outside in the sun for a little bit just to get some vitamin D. Felt kind of good. I ran to the grocery store to grab a couple of things I ran out of, and then I got back home and chilled for a little bit until it cooled off and went out and did my walk. And I totally blasted my daily goal out of the water, but also made up for yesterday plus some. So I got over 10,000 steps total for the day so far. Now the Fitbit is on the charger, and I'm gonna go take a shower. Good morning. It's day 10. No. Apparently I'm having trouble talking because the coffee is doing something funky with my throat. I had some issues with the Fitbit this morning. It stopped syncing, so I had to do a complete reset and re-link it with my phone. That was fun, but it all worked out in the end. I guess that means I'm on the right path. I broke the Fitbit with all of my steps yesterday. All right, breakfast is done. Just about ready to start my work day. And I actually put on clothes and my awesome pineapple shorts. I don't know if you could actually see those from moving the camera, but yeah. They fit now. Isn't that cool? I finished my lunch again. I ate it again without showing you. I ate early because I got hungry, and that's my excuse. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat, but I made the right healthy food choices. And now it's thundering outside. I don't know if you could actually see anything. I'll have to review the video to check, but if you can see outside, a lot darker over there. They're calling for the storms between 2 to 5, so I'm hoping by the time I get off of work, they'll have stopped storming, and it should have cooled off by then, so I can get my walk in the evening. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to walk in circles around my kitchen. Oh, I really hope this lets up before this afternoon. So, it's not exactly raining right now, but they're still calling for storms. And the last thing I really want to be is a 1.5 mile walk away from the house during a torrential downpour. So I'm going to give it a little bit more time before I go out on the walk. All right, so it's nighttime on day 10. I just had dinner, chicken and green beans. My husband had an entire lasagna, and now he's.
Makes me sound fat.
Well, my husband had an entire lasagna. Oh, and what he just did was he just put together a bunch of Juicy Burst off-brand Gushers into a bag to take up to snack on while in bed. Now he's glaring at me, and now he's clutching the off-brand Gushers in a bag.
Don't judge me.
Yeah. I don't necessarily think that I want them anyway, and if I did want them, he'd probably take my hand off before I could get any. Yeah, that's got to be worth a couple of pounds, right? Maybe 10 ounces.
So anyway, it's the end of day 10. I'm going to go to bed, and I'm going to do a recap video tomorrow with all of my stats and everything else that changed over the past week.